Hello everyone, give me 1 second please. Sorry, I had to adjust my makeup. Well, speaking of makeup, I thought we can go into a brief history of where makeup started from and how it came to be, and also go into 3 different decades that I thought was unique within their fashion sense and their makeup style. One of the decades I want to go into was the golden television era, which is the 1960s. The 1980s, which is the disco era, and going into 1990, early 2000, which I believe they call it the digital era. But for the brief history, according to an article by Nicole Fisher, 2015 article, say that the my apologies, that the Chinese dynasty, for the royal families, they would start painting their nails different colors, and the color that you chose your nail would show what type of class or state that you were in. And they also had like heavy white foundation as well on their faces, and that happened around the 3000 BC. And around that time too, the Egyptians, they kind of started the whole thick black eyeliner, and they used this unique mixture called kohl. And so that was kind of like the beginning and the start of makeup. And I wanted to go into, like I mentioned, 3 different unique decades. So the first decade that I thought was very unique was the 1960 golden era decade. Now, at that time, you had celebrities like Marilyn Monroe and Elizabeth Taylor, and they were known for their very sensual look, smoky eyes, the classic red lipstick you can never go wrong with. Um, Marilyn Monroe, she was known for her birthmark, which a lot of women tried to imitate at that time too. It was a very, iconic look at that era. And then in the 1980s, the disco era, it becomes a bit more fun and colorful. You have celebrities like Tina Turner, Madonna, David Bowie, and just by those examples, you can kind of imagine how their makeup style, their styles were at that time. They had definitely a lot of unique choices within their eyeshadow, like every color that you could possibly use, they were going to use in their eyeshadow. Their foundation was definitely clean. They started using concealer around that time too as well. They had more blush color options, lipstick color options. It was a very fun and bold time. And then when you go into the 1990 decade, going into the 2000s, you have more of a bronze and tanner look. It's not as colorful, as bold as the disco decade, but it's still very unique. They have more, I guess, gloss. They were still using eyeshadow, but the colors were more toned down. But they use colors like frosty colors, or white or blue color was definitely used often around that era. And you would have celebrities like Beyonce and Britney Spears and Paris Hilton or Kate Moss as an example around that time. So you can get an idea of the type of celebrities that they used and probably used for endorsements for their makeup and that look. They had straight hair. It was very more of a fun, I would say, beachy look. Glossy lipstick was definitely a huge factor in the digital era of the 1990s going into 2000s. So that's all I have for you for now, but thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my thoughts and to my opinions on the evolution of makeup. Thank you and have a great day.